You mentioned something to do with corruption, and there is actually a screaming headline in one of the daily tabloids, the News Diggers in particular, and it says corruption is high and Ambassador Swedish investors are avoiding Zambia. Should we conclude that indeed there is corruption in the country under the New Dawn administration, Madam President?
There is not only corruption, there is stinking corruption. I have said that by the time he leaves the office, he will be recorded as the most corrupt leader of this republic. One, he never declared his assets. We see him heading cattle, and he's supposed to have maybe 90,000 head. The pictures that you members of the press see, do they give you an impression that someone has a head of 90,000? He has over 60 farms, but he's following someone with a chicken run. And he's amassing more and more. How can one Zambian have so much property which he can't explain where they got from? They were born in the 1990s, in the late 1950s or 60s. That's when they were born. Where did they amass their wealth? It's not generational wealth. It's wealth created in Zambia over what? What are the activities that have created this ostensibly huge wealth? And for me, when you ask me about corruption, why is it that you can have Kakubo? One time he's seen with a handbag, he's taking a calendar. He's taking a calendar. The same Kakubo, the next day, he's collecting US dollars. If you are found with 5,000, you are found with proceeds suspected to be of crime. They don't even define which crime they are charging you with. If you are found with some old wrecked car, they say, no, you got this car in 1990, you must have stolen. For them, you look at them, just go to State House compound. They came just recently walking, some in patapatas. Now everybody's driving. Big cars, big houses. Where are they getting the money? We are in the same economy that is stressed. When they are friends, when they give each other fertilizer contracts, fertilizer worth 35 million kwacha, they pay each other 50 million. That's not corruption for Aka in the Ichidema, it's just 10%. Kapala, my neighbor here. I mean, whatever they do, their boss acknowledges. And that's why, for me, I say, if Peter Piri says that his Mirumi is cheaper than anyone else, he's just talking the boss's language. If Kakubo is collecting 200,000 from two different people, the president says, well done, you did a good job. That's private business. So for me, to have $5,000 in my handbag is not private business. It's only private business when it's Kakubo. And they call each other, no, this is transparent. He was just caught with pants down. And there are more of that because, look, at this point in time, just observe the ministers. They were as thin as you and I. Now, my friend, watch them when they are walking. They can't even turn their necks. They have taken so much starch in their bodies, which is not even healthy. But look at them when they are walking. They can't turn their heads. There is too much money showing in their necks. So that's not corruption. That's not corruption. But should you be found with a duck, that's corruption. With a Scotch cat, that's corruption. But for them, they are upgrading their homes, they are buying big cars, they are going for holidays abroad. That's not corruption. I mean, with this economy, these rates, with the salaries that we pay our MPs and ministers, are you telling me you can take 5 children to Dubai if you are not corrupt? How? And the corruption is evident because when you go, you will find that the former lawyers for the president are the DPPs. They have these positions. So they've positioned themselves in such a way that they can protect each other. You can only give a fiat to prosecute Edith Nawakwi on a phony charge which you yourself as president, you have committed. You know, as I have said, this Feruna case stinks right on your face. And it doesn't matter what you do, what gymnastics you do. In fact, I don't know who advises my friend, because he should have been advised to just let sleeping dogs lie. But you even go and wake up a sleeping cat to revive the stories. Because I had always said, you people, you in UPND, stop this story. It's too embarrassing to your boss. Now there is Margareta. No, I'm the one who had them. And this same so-called Margareta, Kenneth Margareta, he had even brought summons here and was asking me to go to court, accusing me of defaming him. When I said the last persons to be in custody of these two were Margareta. That's what I said. And I got 2 summons thrown at the gate, and the next day they are online in Nawakwi, sued by Margareta. I said, well, let's see if they'll proceed. He failed to proceed. I think now they've beaten him up because he was the only one who didn't get a job. Think about anyone who was ever involved, whether it was from Baita TV, that young man is at Zamcom. Zipole Mushala is at, I think, Daily Mail. You think of Nicholas Pires, PS, the whole lot of them, some are DCs. How come everybody who was involved got a job from Haga in the Ichirema? What was their role? What was their role? I'm the only one who didn't get a job. I mean, tell me, how did those people who were making films in the bush become known to Haga in the Ishlemas to get a job? One is at Zamcom there. All the reporters, they are actually employed as the friends of the president. So now you come around with all that baggage, you want to throw it on Mr. Swakwi's daughter. Nizakamba, you can't shut me up. My father is still alive, he's almost reaching 100, my friend. So he taught me to stand up for myself, and I will.
Madam President, as we begin to wind up, what can be your last words, but also to the Zambian people that are watching now live?
What I would like to advise my brothers and sisters is that this country belongs to all of us. Let us not lose hope. The International Monetary Fund, their actions of not supporting this country because they have realized that the president has no plan